Hey fashion lovers, welcome back to this channel. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and for the returning subscribers, thank you so much as well. Today is going to be how to make a corset with a modesty panel. This is going to be a gown, but I already did a video on how to cut the skirt part, which is cut together tail. I have a video already on how to cut that. If you haven't seen it yet, please make sure you see it. The link is going to be in the description box below, so that you will understand by the time we're joining this corset together with the down part, you understand. I can't do a video for everything because it's going to be too long. That's why I decided to do it separately. Let's get started. First, I'm going to determine the upper chest, the bust point, which is 10 inches, the upper chest 8 inches, under bust 13 inches, the waist 16 inches, and the rest is going to be the basque effect. I'm making it 20 inches because I don't want it too long. So I'll just be marking a straight line. This is for the back, and this 1 inch is for zipper allowance. And come here as well to determine the shoulder. The shoulder is 16 inches divided by 2, that is 8. I'm marking this 8, and I'll just connect it with this upper chest. On this upper chest, I'll be imputing my bust measurement. The bust is 38 inches divided by 4 gives 8.5. 2 inches seam allowance gives 10.5. The waist I'm working with is 34 inches divided by 4 gives 8.5, plus 2 inches seam allowance gives 10.5. And I will connect this. Just come down here by ½ inch. Come in as well by ½ inch. That is going to be the center between the black cup. Let me mark it. This is where we'll be placing our black cup. Now I'll be placing my black cup on this ½ an inch. I came in by ½ an inch and come down by ½ an inch. So I'll be placing my black cup here on this ½ an inch. Like so. Make sure this part at least is reaching your under bust. That is it. And we'll trace this out. If you want to know how I draped this black cup, the link is going to be in the description box as well. I did a video on how to drape this black cup. If you haven't seen it yet, I will drop the link below. After then, I'm going to come in by ½ an inch for seam allowance. Bend this out. Now create your armhole. Come here by 1 inch and just extend that. The front, I'll be coming down by 2.5 inches, and the wideness is going to be 2.5 as well. And create the neck. But for the back, it's just going to be 1.5 inches. This is the back and this is front. Both they're 2.5. The front is 2.5 by 2.5, but the back is going to be 2.5 by 1.5. The depth is just 1.5. I'm going to come here by ½ an inch. So because the front is always deeper, I decided to extend this basque as well. And I'm just going to connect from this place. This is the waist. I'm just going to connect it to this place. I'm not making it sharp. You want to make it sharp, just make it a bit deeper, like 22 inches, so you can connect it straight. But I'm not making it sharp. It's just going to be a little bit curvy. I don't want this place to be sharp. So just do something like this. That is it. And let's cut. We have something like this. Connect this together, although it's not necessary. When you're cutting it out, you can do that. Just connect this half and knee together like so. And I'm going to cut that front armhole. This is the yoke and this is the down part. You can make this place sharp like a V, but I don't want this to be V. That is why I cut it in this shape, because I'll be adding beads. So I want something a little bit curvy in front, not sharp. So this is it. For the back, there is nothing really much to do on this pattern, but what I'm going to be doing is that, remember the waist measurement that I used was 8.5, 2 inches in allowance makes it 10.5. That 8.5 now will be dividing it by 2, but I'll just be using 4.5. So I'll mark 4.5. I'm not including the zipper allowance to it. From this place, I'll be marking 4.5. And I'll just take that 4.5 up. Look for the midpoint of this place, 8.5. I'm using 4.5 here as well, and just connect something like this. When I'm sewing this, I'll take you along so you understand what I'm doing. This thing that we did here, this mark is going to be where we're going to insert the panel. I'll be fixing zipper and as well be adding panel to it, just to really make it so nice. I could have just used only panel without zipper, but the upper part will be revealing and I don't want any of this part to be revealing. That is why I am using both the zipper and putting panel as well. Adding that panel and the loop, it's another design entirely. That's why I'm using both. By the time you want to cut it out, make sure you add half an inch to this place and blend it to this place, so that by the time you join together, everything is going to be equal. That's it. When you're cutting it out of your fabric, make sure you add half an inch to this place. That's all. I'm going to cut this place open. The reason why I cut this place is to be able to fix my panel here. There will be zipper the normal back, but here is where I'll be fixing the panel. After I cut it out, this is what I have. This is the corset with the round basque. I cut it out with main fabric. The main fabric is silk and I'm using crepe as the lining. I already gummed my interface with it. Here is the yoke. I added seam allowance to it on the side. As you can see, this is the yoke. I'm using lace for the yoke. I will not be lining it. And this is the back. So after I cut it out, this is what I have. So only this place I'll be lining, only these two I'll be lining. This place, it's going to be covered with the panel, so I will not be lining this place. Only this part I'll be leaving like that. The two right sides facing each Side. Now I'll be fixing my back up, fold and notch the middle. Into two and notch the middle. I did the same thing for the skirt as well, which I already attached the lining to. Place the corset on top of the skirt and I used my chalk to trace it out. After tracing it, I cut it out, but I didn't cut directly on the markings. I make sure I left at least half an inch up for seam allowance before cutting, and I just folded it into two again to mark the middle. Place the middle of the corset on the middle of the skirt and join both the corset and the skirt together. This is what it looks like after I attach the corset with the down part. I'm going to iron this place really flat, and this whole place is going to be beaded. For the back, I started by placing the lining and the lace on top of each other and stitch them together. That is the two side pieces for the back that I want to line in. So I'm just trying to secure my main fabric, which is the lace and the lining, together before attaching the panel. Now the length of the panel that I have here is 8 inches. Because I'll be top stitching up, like fold it in out and do the same thing for the down part as well. So I will have like 7 inches left, and the wideness is about 7 inches, although I later reduced it to like 4 inches because it was way wider than what I need. The length still remained same, but the wideness I later reduced it to 4 inches. So I have about 7 here, but I reduced to 4 inches. So that's basically it about the length and the width of the panel that I used. This is where I'll be inserting the panel on both sides. I hope you understand now. The corset loop is going to be directly on the zipper. I'm still going to show you as I proceed. I don't want much to be left out because the lace is transparent and I don't want my back to be showing. That's why I'm making them really close. This is the main fabric and this is the lining. I am not adding boning to this at all. If you want to, go ahead and add boning, but I am not adding any boning to this. I reduced it to 5 inches. By the time I attach it with the main bodice and folded the other end, is going to be left about 4 inches. So that is the amount that I want. I don't want it to be longer than 4 inches. So the 1 inch extra that makes it 5 is going to be for the seam allowance. Now I'm just cutting out the loop case, if that is what it's being called. After cutting, I'm just going to be placing it one by one and stitch it to the right side of the main fabric. Okay, the main fabric is silk, so I'm just placing this loop case on the right side of the main fabric here. After then, I'm going to trim off the excess. Now place your lining on it, the right side of your lining facing the right side. and just stitch from here like this all the way down. You turn it in out. Go ahead and attach it to the back piece where it's supposed to be, but you have to leave at least 1 inch below before you start joining it. The 1 inch is for allowance to join the up part with the down part. And this is a beautiful back piece. I've attached the panel. I have not attached the up and down together. I just want you to see. I just hold it with my pins. After this video, I'm going to attach the up and down together. I'm just showing you the process. So I'm going to be fixing the zipper here. I told you I want this to be really close, so there will be loop here. Here there will be zipper, so there will be loop, something like, you understand? Here is what the back piece is looking like. It's really coming to shape already, and I love this panel. I have not fixed all the loop. I just want to show you guys the process so far. I still have to iron it. You see this place, like the corset loop is directly on the zipper, as I said, so we are really not seeing anything around my waist. It's not open because the net is transparent. Look at this tail as well. I have a video on how to cut this already. The link is going to be in the description box. And here is a beautiful front piece as well. You can see how gorgeous this is looking already. Look at that. I'll be beading this place, and I didn't add the boning because I'll be beading this whole waist, and I don't want something too hard. The bead I'm using, it's full beaded, it's already much, so adding boning and all could be restricting me from breathing, bending and all. So that is why I'll be using only the beads without boning or whatsoever. I top stitch this place as well. You will know that by the time you add your lace, the excess is going to be inside, so I just top stitch the black up to conceal that rough edge to have a clean finishing without anything showing underneath. So basically that's what I did. You can see how neat is looking. For the neck, I use part of the lace to just pipe the neck like the way you pipe normal neck with your bias. That is what I did for this neck. I fixed the sleeves as well. You can see how gorgeous this is looking. And I'll just go to my table and press this really flat before proceeding into beading. And here is what it looks like after beading. I have a video on how I achieved this. The link will be in the description box as well. Thank you so much for watching till the end. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much.